Why do we need a rival? Originally, I said, why do we need an enemy? But so this kind of stemmed. I was rewatching Rush. It was a Formula One movie back in the 80s, I believe. 80s, late 90s. Are you familiar with that movie? Heard about
Never
it?
seen it.
So it was like two legendary Formula One drivers, James Hunt and Niki Lauda, and they were just rivals. They would just hate the whole movie. They're trying to beat each other. And Nicky had a really horrific accident, kind of sidelined him, and he came back to race. But at the end of the movie, there's a quote. Um, I'm gonna actually give a little side story of just paint the picture. So Nicky is more of the straight edge, disciplined, working hard, gotta win as many championships as I can. And James was more of the partier. I just need one. I see this. I'm good. I'm just gonna relax, and I'm gonna be that free flowing guy, this super nonchalant type of individual, but still really good at what they do.
So Max Verstappen versus who's the guy from
Oh,
Japan?
oh, I know who you're talking about. The guy who's in not Alpine, but the other Red Bull team.
Yeah, the other one.
The other Red Bull team.
Is that who we're comparing right now?
Not really. Not really. They're both equally good. So at the very end, James won his one world championship. And at the very end of the movie, James and Nikki ran into the airport hangar on a private jet, and they saw each other. Nikki was training again. James was gallivanting off doing vacation, and they were talking about working and stuff like that. Nikki said, I need you to be working. And then he says, why? Why can't we enjoy the little things and enjoy life? And Nikki said, I hated you, kind of caused my accident, whatever. But Nikki also said the quote was, a wise man gets more from his enemies than a fool from his friends.
So he saw him as an enemy?
As a rival in a sense. Like it's someone to push him, someone to bust his balls, because they were going at it. They were busting each other's balls like hard. Like it was like so legit enemies. I hate you so much, I would sabotage you type of shit. That was their dynamic in the racing world.
Wow.
Yeah. So from that and that small little cute in the airport hangar, they're like, I need you to keep busting my balls. I need you to get back to work type of stuff because I need you more than I need, how that dynamic was. And at the end, then he did a reflection point saying, many people saw us as rivals, but I saw him as someone I respected, regardless of the situation. We never hated each other, but we never saw eye to eye, but I still respected him. So that's why I said, why do we need a rival? And that was like, we get more from that because it pushes us. So my reflection point was kind of dig into it or dive into it. But if you have that rival that you just want to keep on, your level is gonna keep on going up, regardless if you hate each other or not. Sometimes I'm gonna just be better than you, and then they get better than you, then you're gonna be better than them. And at the end of the day, a reflection point, you're like, crap, we both made it super far because we're just trying to push each other to be better than each other. And next thing you know, you guys are now default both the best. Just kind of thought process.
It's a
So
little
I
bit
thought it
of
was,
the people you hang out with.
yeah.
When they figure things out, then you start to figure things out. I guess you could see them as a rival. I never really thought about that way. I just thought about it as that like sphere of influence and motivation creates a new status quo or like a standard that kind of unlocks things each time.
But sometimes it's never a friend group sometimes, sometimes you're in a situation where you're just kind of combating from afar and it's not friend to friend, So it's pretty crazy. Like, you ever had a situation like that of, oh, I as a student I did.
I was gonna say the closest
like,
thing is like with the fraternity, right? Like you just compete against other fraternities. It's like friendly, but you still want to be better than them.
yeah. When I was an athletic training student, oh, I was like, all my cohorts or anyone else or someone I met, I was like, I hate you just because you're better than me. Fuck you. And then I got really good, and then they got good, and then yeah, and it was funny.
I can't really think of anything like that where I've had like an enemy that I've chased. And I wonder if it's because I don't have an enemy to chase or because I didn't have one, I chase what's in my spreadsheets. So I created a fake one.
And it still counts.
Yeah, but it's not like you see someone else win, so then you're like having to recalibrate, I guess. Maybe there is some. I think looking back at some of the people that I was in class with, seeing how their careers went, makes me reflect on like their path.
I think another one I kind of just thought about was my dad at a certain point in my life.
Also,
It was mainly like, again, the college, early college, mid college, when he said everything I was doing was a waste of time, and I pretty much said fuck you, in that kind of thought process. And then he saw it, then he's, oh shit, you know.
so to
And he
prove
started
someone
seeing,
wrong.
yeah, that proves something wrong aspect. It's saying you don't know, and then think they know better than you. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna show you this. You're gonna rule the day, type of bullshit. So I think someone like that equivalent can be, I don't want to say it can be toxic, but to a certain point, if you're just looking at raw skill sets, can be extremely beneficial.
If it's
'Cause you have
going
that,
back and forth, there needs to be a strong level of. I think it's kind of like what you were saying in the thing, where he was like, I actually respected that person a lot.
yeah,
To go back and forth with an individual without having a deep level of respect, then I think that's when it becomes toxic.
you're just like spiteful at that point.
But if there's like a deep admiration for that person, then as you go back and forth for it, you're just like, right, like the way that they're playing the game, you're just respecting the game that they're playing and using that as a leverage point of like where you're also getting. I think that's where you see the difference between individuals that compete by trying to improve themselves versus individuals that compete by tearing someone else down. Right? Like they want to be the tallest building because they are actually like stacking the floors to become the tallest building, rather than someone that has a 1-floor building and they're just bringing a dang like wrecking ball across everywhere else and just knocking them down.
Yeah.
I was talking to one of my friends kind of about my career. I was like, I love personal finance. I would love to make a dedicated personal finance like YouTube or TikTok or something, and just kind of talking about the weeds of things that like I've learned being kind of first in my family for a lot of things like that. And the individual I was talking to, there's a couple of like mutual friends that we have that are also in the social realm. And one of the things that they're constantly struggling with are the comments. Like some people are just brutal, right? Like they just hate on you. And there's one individual that I won't mention them in the pod. I could tell you later of who it is, because I think you actually know who it is too. But recently there's another person that's in their same niche that just makes the worst stitches of their video and then talks trash. Like there's no value except for like literally every one of their videos is, oh, we're watching XYZ's video, the stitch incoming. Oh, okay, boom. This is why this is wrong. And this is the like exposing this person thing. And I'm just like, yo, that is brutal, because I've seen that other person's stuff and like it's good. Like it's very viable stuff. It's presented in a very neutral, not this is the end all be all solution, right? It's like thinking about personal finance. There's just different strategies. There's no right strategy to it.
The multiple ways to get to the end goal.
Absolutely. Like the number of ways of creating a budget, like there's so many different models. They all work. You just have to find one that fits for you. But instead, this person goes about it and they're like, yeah, what this person said as a suggestion, trash, wrong, incorrect, terrible. And you're like,
what's going on?
Yeah. And so I think that comes back to what you were talking about with Rush, about these two individuals. There's I respect this person for what they're doing and I can improve in my expertise and realm, or I'm just going to go around and just create havoc.
Yeah. I think at the point as well was in the movie, they were creating havoc with each other. They would rat each other out about small little rules. They would try to any way to get the edge. It was pretty havoc-y, but they both knew they could still not talk, but you can see how that mutual respect was still there. So yeah, it was just, yeah. Damn, fun stuff. Yeah, that's all I wanted to share. That's all I got for this episode. So if you have another topic you want to dig into, we got some time. So
now go ahead, wrap this one up.
No, you wrap it up. I'm not doing it. You wrap it up.
Okay. Well, if you made it this far, let us know in the comments. What motivates you? Is it an enemy? Is it a goal? What is that deep desire that keeps pushing you to do something more? Don't forget to subscribe. And wow, I'm having a brain fart right now.
We'll see you at the next one.
There we go.
Peace.
Later.